advocacy is persistence and consistency over sometimes a long period of time. I've had the honor to serve on the ATPE Board of Directors, and I remember one of the years Richard Wiggins was state president, and Richard told this story about if someone takes a large boulder and places that boulder in front of you and you have a sledgehammer in your hand, you can hit that boulder, you may hit it several times and it may not budge. But after 1,000 strikes or more strikes, the boulder will crumble.
I first became aware of the GPO, Government Pension Offset, and the WEP, Windfall Elimination Provision, as a board member of MSTA. I got to hear yearly about the efforts of lobbyists on behalf of educators. And when I came to the great state of Texas, I heard each year as an ATPE director how our lobbyists and officers were lobbying Congress on our behalf. They did not give up until both houses of Congress passed the repeal of the GPO and the WEP in the Social Security Fairness Act.
As of today, more than 267,000 public worker retirees in Texas have received over $2 billion in pension or in Social Security benefits that have been repaid. The year of 2024, 2025 was the first year that active school employees were able to retire in the retirement class without having a government pension offset or a windfall elimination provision reducing their benefits. And after 44 years of a weapon and GPO, and we have all worked on this issue for a long time, we have all hoped for a day that we could say the weapon GPO are done and over.
Personally, I waited to draw my Social Security starting January of 2024, just shy of my big 7-0, to maximize my Social Security, knowing that I would only get half of what I earned. At that time, I thought, well, half is better than nothing. Since the repeal, I am now receiving all of my earned and deserved Social Security, and even got a lump sum for everything I was denied last year. That was awesome. I want to thank our lobbyists, officers, sister education organizations around the country, policemen and firefighters who worked so diligently for so many years to repeal an unfair piece of legislation. Thank you so much. It is making my retirement years so much easier.
There's so many people to thank for this. If we started mentioning names, we would be we'd leave people out. The ATPE played a huge role in this. And our sister organization, TRTA, played a huge role in this. We had a lot of help at the national level. David Pore and many others spent an enormous amount of time keeping this issue on the front burner.
Who is David Pore to TRTA and to the repeal effort of the weapon, the GPO? Well, David is an expert. He knows the people, the process, the politics. He is an insider in every good sense of that word. He knows the town and how things get done. David is a fighter. He didn't take anyone's nonsense. I was going to be less nice and say something else. You might be able to figure out what that was, but he doesn't take anybody's nonsense. And he kept the power brokers honest and would work for the team before or during and after any confrontation that we may have had. And we had plenty of confrontations about this issue over the years. David's a bridge builder. He's an encourager, a hard worker, a man with determination, grit, and the interpersonal skills and talents needed to help build up those who may have lost hope or felt discouraged. And I'm sure somebody in this room would think back a couple of years ago and would hear about the WEP or the GPO, and you probably thought to yourself, Congress will never do anything with this. But David, Monty, Shannon, we never gave up. Mostly, though, David Pore is my friend, and he has been by our side at TRTA and ATPE and our national coalition, leading and encouraging, ever-present, never shakable, a true force for good. I respect David so much, and we all owe him a great deal. If you ask me who the most influential people are in the repeal of the weapon, the GPO, I would tell you David Pore, Monty Exter, Bill Barnes, Sean Duhamel, Tom Lucier, Brock Gregg, Ronnie Young. Those are the folks that I worked with. Those are names that you won't know, but David knows who they are. And that's because he was always there leading us, helping us, working with us. And it's because of his leadership, because of your organizational support, because you never gave up, and because you supported ATPE, that we can say today the repeal of the WEP and the GPO are real. We're going to protect it. We're going to work together. And my hope is that we'll ensure that you have the retirement security that you work so hard for and deserve.
Congratulations to David Pore, the newest recipient of the Judy Coyle Texas Liberty Award, ATPE's highest honor. I've had the privilege of working with David for 20 plus years. We've both grown some gray hair, and we've seen a lot of change in the political world, but David has been a North Star in his representation of ATPE's interests in Washington. He tirelessly, relentlessly, and skillfully fought for Social Security reforms that were badly needed, and I can think of no better way to thank him for his work. David has also been a valuable resource for ATPE governmental relations staff, and he's helped countless ATPE leaders over the years hone their advocacy skills. David, thank you, and congratulations, my friend.